This is a city when infrastructure can no longer manage the weather. Heavy rain turns a standard alleyway into a dark, unforgiving environment. Near a clogged drain, the runoff has nowhere to go, churning into a miniature whirlpool that rises with every minute the storm continues. In the middle of this is a 2-month-old kitten. Its white and brown fur is matted into heavy, wet spikes, and it's shivering too hard to move away from the rising water. The rhythmic drumming of the rain is so loud it creates a vacuum. No matter how many times the kitten meows for help, the sound is instantly lost to the storm. As the water from the drain inches closer, the kitten scrambles back, searching for any high ground it can find. It finds a discarded cardboard box, but the material is already saturated. The sides are heavy and collapsing inward, offering very little shield from the direct downpour. The kitten tucks its nose into its paws, curling into the smallest shape possible to try and hold on to whatever body heat it has left. In these conditions, a 2-pound animal can't regulate its temperature for long. Between the rising water and the failing box, the kitten is running out of time. A new sound breaks through the rain. It's a series of heavy, deliberate footsteps approaching the mouth of the alley. A sharp white light slices through the dark. A figure is scanning the shadows, angling a phone flashlight toward the back of the alley. The beam sweeps across the wet pavement before it stops, pinning the trembling white and brown heap inside the wet box. Squinting against the sudden brightness, the kitten lets out one more thin, broken meow. To a creature this small, everything is a threat. It's pinned in the corner by a light it doesn't understand, facing a shadow that dwarfs it entirely. The figure doesn't stay standing. He sets down his umbrella and kneels directly into the freezing water, bringing himself down to the kitten's level. There's a massive difference in scale between the man's steady hands and the kitten's shivering, fragile frame. He moves slowly, speaking in a low whisper as he slides his palms beneath the wet body and lifts it from the sodden cardboard. The kitten stops fighting the cold for a second. It presses its wet face against the man's fingers, reacting to the first source of warmth it has felt all night. He pulls the kitten close and zips it inside his jacket, using his own body heat to shield the small life from the wind. The trembling has started to slow. By choosing to move slowly and wait for the kitten to respond, the man has turned an intimidating encounter into a rescue. A few minutes later, the alley is replaced by a safe interior. The apartment is small, but the change in environment is total. The kitten is nestled in a lap, wrapped in a large, fluffy towel that's finally drawing the moisture out of its skin. Its fur is beginning to dry and puff up, losing the matted spikes it had in the rain. Outside, the storm is still lashing the city, but from here, it's just a distant hum against the window pane. The weather hasn't changed, but the kitten's reality has. Because one person decided to stop and look into a dark alley, a life that was almost lost to the storm is now safe.